What up? This is Rama Screen, and in the anticipation of Yakuza Princess, which arrives in select theaters and on VOD September 3, I'm here talking with the star of this new action thriller film and singer-songwriter, Masumi. How are you, Masumi?
Hey, how are you? Hi.
Good, good. Thank you for taking the time, and congratulations. Now, as I understand it, you guys shot this movie, this gangster film, not in Japan, but in a Japan community place in Brazil, the largest Japanese diaspora in the world. Forgive me, but I'm not familiar with that region. What is the exact town of this Japanese community in Brazil? What can you tell us about that place?
Sao Paulo. It was in Sao Paulo
Oh,
area called Liberdade, where there's a big Japanese community there, and it was beautiful to shoot there. We are fighting scenes and chasing scenes. We're using the buildings there, so it's very unique to Sao Paulo in that area. It was fun times.
did director Vicente approach you about Yakuza Princess, or did you have to audition for it? How did you get on board this project?
Ooh, okay. So I was at an acting school at the time, and I was in class. Then my husband called me and told me, "You need to come home ASAP. There's something for you." And so I came home ASAP from my acting school. And turns out that my husband, because my husband's an actor as well, my husband's manager had heard about Yakuza Princess from Tubaldani Sheldon, which is the producer of Yakuza Princess. And he happened to hear about it at a meeting, and he showed my self-tape to the producer, and the producer wanted to have a meeting with me. So that's how it all started.
So I know this film is an adaptation. So in preparation for your role, did you get to read the graphic novel Samurai Shiro beforehand, or did you mostly depend on the script?
Well, yes, I absolutely read the comic. I really loved it, but then we also adapted into a script, and I also read that as well, and we kept refining the script.
The action sequences in this film are very stylized and badass, and you handle the katana really well. Did you have prior skills or prior katana experience, or was this your first time ever? And how strenuous or how intense was the training?
Yeah, well, yeah, it was my first time.
Ah,
Definitely, it was my first time. I also am a little scared of knife or anything sharp. So it was definitely my first time, and we had to do a lot of training. I had 1 month to prep for the movie.
wow.
So I visited the dojo, the kendo dojo, a few times. We had a separate martial arts, rehearsals for it, and the sword fighting rehearsals. So there were 3 different fight sequences using different weapon that I had to prepare for within the month. It was a lot.
Wow. What were the most challenging action scenes that you had to pull off in this film? And did you do mostly your own stunts?
Yes, I got to do basically almost all of my stunts, which I was really grateful for. It was very exciting. One of the toughest, there are a few.
Hmm.
One of the toughest one was the one where I fight with my husband, because I do have a fighting scene with him. That was a tough one for me, to have to fight with my husband. But also my best memories in the movie. Also another scene where I fight with Shiro. That was also a tough one too.
Nice. Let's talk a bit about your character, Akemi. Obviously, this is a revenge thriller, but for much of the time, she strikes me as somebody who's still trying to piece everything together. And there's this strange dude, Shiro, played by Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, who kind of sticks out. And for some reason, Akemi trusts him. So I guess my question is, what kind of samurai hero is Akemi? A reluctant one? Is she too blinded by vengeance? And what was your process of embodying Akemi?
So I would say that I would not call her a samurai, because she is it's a cross-cultural story. So it's about Japanese and Brazil, and those two culture crosses together, which makes the movie very unique and interesting, I think. Yeah, so she deals with themes like identity and belonging because of those two culture
Mm.
and colliding. And she feels Japanese, but she also has the Brazilian culture that is influencing her. And she also doesn't have a father figure. So she does. So a lot of the story is you know, with Akemi dealing with having a complex family dynamic and also missing her father and with belonging and identity issues. So those were all something that I could really relate to as Masumi. I was born in America and I was raised in Japan. So there's these identity crisis and belonging themes that I thought about growing up. So it was easy to relate to her.
Definitely fits like a glove. So I tell you, Masumi, the other day I subscribed to your YouTube channel. I'm now a huge fan of your music.
Oh gosh,
Run, Run, Baby, Run is now stuck in my head. I love that song. So I guess my next question is, now that you've made this big screen debut with Yakuza Princess, are you transitioning fully to just acting now, or are you juggling both music and acting? And which one do you enjoy more, acting or music?
um, I would never stop singing. You know, that's something that even if nobody was listening, I would be singing and I'll be writing. So I will always do that. Acting right now is taking over a little bit more, and I think that would continue to happen. I would like to learn more and get better at my acting. I have great supporters around me, and I really owe it to them to, you know, get better and become a better actress. So I'm going to keep doing both as much as I can. You know, I think an artist is some good artists when you have more way to express yourself in different ways, right? So I plan to continue doing both.
All right. I'm also a big fan of some of your folkier stuff like Child, the song Child. That was pretty
Oh
cool.
my gosh, thank you for listening to all that. Wow.
Is Yakuza Princess the start of a potential franchise? In other words, are there plans for Yakuza Princess sequel?
I heard something like that. Yes. We'll see what happens.
But nothing that you can share at the moment.
Yeah.
Final question, fun question. Are you working on your next single or record or album? What can you tease us about that?
Yeah, so a few things are coming out on the launch of with the launch of the movie on September 3rd.
Mm,
So I hope you stay on the lookout for that.
awesome. Looking forward to it. And for my fans at home, everybody go check out Yakuza Princess, arriving in select theaters and on VOD September 3. Masumi, thank you for talking to me and congratulations.
Thank you so much.